Assalamu alaikum. Let me share my screen. Okay. मेरे किताब का नाम which I've been presenting from past few sessions is named after Tahzeebul Islam, written by Muhammad Bakr Majlisi. This book basically explains the ethics of general living, what our imams have said, or रसूल खुदा हमें क्या बता के गए जो जनरल लिविंग के लिए काम आ सके. It covers different aspects of your life, and in today's sessions I'm going to cover ethics of nikah, wedding or marriage, pregnancy, and a little bit of insight on upbringing of your kids. So to start with the ethics of nikah, and I want to repeat this again, that there are plenty of items or points mentioned in the book. मुझे जो अच्छे लगे or which I found interesting, or at least which I didn't know before, I tried to cover in this blog or in this session. So from nikah perspective, wedding perspective, one thing I've been listening from childhood is हमारे इंडिया में खुसूसन ये कहते हैं कि बच्चे की शादी कर दो तो बोलते हैं कि अभी पढ़ रहा हो, he has to get a job, he has to be well settled before he can think about wedding. ये गलत सोच है. हमारे रसूल, he has made it clear that if you are not getting married, और अपने बच्चों को शादी के लिए इसलिए इस वजह से रोक रहे क्योंकि वो है ना फाइनेंशियली सेटल्ड नहीं है, and you're worried that he won't be able to feed his family after marriage, then that's wrong. और रसूल बोले कि you shouldn't, that point shouldn't be considered while deciding the time of the wedding. In fact, जो बंदा ये सोचता है कि मेरे पास अभी पैसे नहीं है शादी करने के लिए, इसलिए I don't want to get married now, that basically means you don't have trust on Allah. That's pretty clear in Holy Quran, as mentioned here. And also it's a sunnat from Prophet, like one of the few sunnats is like smelling perfume, cleaning excess hair of the body, and being more attracted to women and living together with women. That's one of the sunnats from our Rasul as well. And while getting married, what kind of women you should look for? Obviously Islam looks into your all the perspectives of your life. सीरत के साथ खूबसूरती भी देखना जरूरी है. हमें we have right to choose or a woman who is beautiful, like she should have wheat complexed face, chowdi peshani, like broad forehead, black eyes, medium height, heavy hips as well, and also you can ask your elders or parents to check the hair of the woman, because hair adds a lot of beauty to the women. So it's one quality which you need to check before you get married as well. Also it's recommended to perform nikah in the night. Kai sare jagah, especially back in my hometown, I've seen so many people doing nikah in the afternoon and rukhsati in the night. But it's recommended from Rasul that or Imam Jafar Sadiq al-Islam as well, बोले कि मगरिब के बाद निकाह करे तो बेहतर है. और uniting with your wife, it's makruh to unite with your wife at the time of the sunrise, and basically ये कहा गया है कि after Fajr namaz you have to spend as much as you can remembering God, rather than doing other things. So it's makruh to unite with your wife before sunrise, and it's also makruh to unite with your wife on lunar eclipse, and also on the day, like जब जाके जो windstorm है, तूफान है, ऐसी रातों में भी it's not advisable for you to unite with your wife. The next thing is obligations of wife towards husband, and of a husband towards wife. It's been stated that the deed of three people does not reach the heavens: a slave who has run away from his master, a woman whose husband is displeased with her, one who has worn a dress displaying his pride. So you can see one of the point is it's important that all the women make sure that their husbands are happy. Whenever a husband comes into your house, you need to make sure you please him with whatever things he get pleased with. It's women's responsibility to keep a husband happy. Or coming to husbands, when it comes to spending money, when a woman spends money, a husband don't have right to ask the woman why she spent the money, in these three areas. One is Hajj, other is Zakat, and other is helping her parents and one's poor relatives. अगर वो आपको पूछे बगैर आपके पैसे, she spent on her own parents, helping her parents or helping her relatives, then you're not supposed to ask her, like, why she spent the money without taking a permission. Other than that, in the other circumstances, it's important that both husband and wife discuss together before spending money and make sure they come to an agreement before spending money. um, Okay, prayers of conception. Obviously, the next step after getting married is getting pregnant, and if someone is having difficulty in conceiving kids, then थोड़े थोड़े आमाल बताए गए हैं हमें, जो है ना, it's अगर वो follow करे तो there are high probability that you get conceived very quickly, and one of it is, like, after namaz Juma, pray 2 rakat namaz and extend your ruku and sajda, and read this dua which I have just highlighted here. This is all on the blog, so you can go have a look over there. Also, the other things to consider is थोड़े और अमाल है, जैसे कि every morning फजर की नमाज के बाद अस्तगफिरुल्लाह सुभान अल्लाह 70 मरतबा पढ़ के ये दुआ पढ़े तो ना, there are high probability that you get conceived quickly. About the days of pregnancy, delivery, and giving names of child. ये तो I've been listening from childhood that whenever a child is born, you have to pray azaa in his ear. But I also came to know a few interesting things in this book, that as soon as you cut the umbilical cord of the kid, you need to pour a liquid called Joshir. It's a Unani kind of medicine into left and right nasals of the kid, and you have to recite azaa in the right ear, and recite akhamat on the left ear of the kid as soon as he's born. Also, it's good to give quince. Quince is a type of fruit. When the woman is pregnant, it's advised to give that fruit to the woman, so that बच्चा अच्छा खासा healthy और है ना खूबसूरत पैदा हो. This is interesting as well, like if you are looking for a male kid, अगर आपको लड़का चाहिए, then अगर आप नियत कर ले क्या उसका नाम जो बच्चा होगा उसका नाम अली या मोहम्मद होगा, तो there are high probability that a male child is born. Ethics of Aqiqa and hair cutting, or hair cutting and khatna, circumcision of boys. So it's highly recommended that you perform Aqiqa on the 7th day of the birth of the child, and you have to make sure you give sheep. कुर्बानी देना जरूरी है आपको. अगर आपको कुर्बानी में बकरा नहीं मिल रहा और आप चाहते हैं कि वो पैसे किसी को खैरात कर दे या इसमें, then it's not recommended or advised to खैरात करने का encouragement नहीं है. You have to give कुर्बानी for sure. अगर रसूल खुदा के पास थोड़े लोग आके पूछे कि वो कुर्बानी के लिए वो लोग को sheep नहीं मिल रही, they can't find a camel or sheep for कुर्बानी, then रसूल खुदा said, keep waiting for it until you find it, rather than spending your money in donations or anything. So that's one other thing. And you have to make sure you're not supposed to eat the food meat of the sheep which you're giving in कुर्बानी for Aqiqa, and आप उसको ना अपने relatives में तकसीम करें. बोथ गरीब लोगों को और अमीर लोगों को भी खिलाना जरूरी है वो गोश्त, but you are not supposed to consume on yourself. Also, khatna, which is circumcision of boys, that's advised to be done on the 7th day as well. And one more point I forgot to mention about Aqiqa is someone came to Rasul Khuda and said, Khuda na kare, if the boy died on the 7th day of the birth, is it क्या हकीका करना वाजिब हो गया है अभी उसके ऊपर. तो then Rasul Khuda said, like, if the boy died before Zohrain, then it's not compulsory, but if the boy died, the kid died after Zohrain, then you have to do Aqiqa of that kid. Manners of feeding and upbringing the child and consideration of their rights. I'm cautious of the time. I'm running out of time, so I'll quickly cover. One important thing to hear is, like, it's it's not recommended to breastfeed a kid over 2 years. अगर कोई माँ अपने बच्चों को 2 साल से ज़्यादा breastfeed कर रही है, then they should stop it unless there is some medical reason behind it. अगर आप कुछ वजह है, you know, if it's recommended by doctors to do that, then yes, or else you have to stop before 2 years. And rights of parents on the children, and obedience and respect due to the parents on behalf of the children. One important point to note is, you know, the जिहाद का इतना वैल्यू है इस्लाम में. अगर आप जिहाद पे जाते हो तो अल्लाह की तरफ से आपको इतनी नेमतें हैं कि इट्स, यू नो, यू गेट गुड थिंग्स इन हेवन एंड एवरीथिंग. तो रसूल खुदा ये बोले कि अगर आप जिहाद, you know, you get more deeds than jihad if you look after your parents in a good way. With that, I'll end my session here because I ran out of time. I hope this helps people. If they are not across all these points, then they come to know and follow this. Thank you.